righty then, we are in business. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, I guess, depending on the time zones we're in, because we are live from London, from Mumbai, and from America with the legends themselves, Jay Sean and Rishi Rich. How are you both doing, guys?
What's up?
Good, bro. Good.
Very good, very good. This is how technology brings us together in a lockdown like this. I had the privilege of speaking to Rishi earlier in the year, around about June time, I think, when we were going live with your brand new record label. And well, since then, one of the main questions that's coming out from all the comments in our Insta Live was, when are you guys collaborating? When are you guys collaborating? And but the prayers have been answered with this brand new track, Nakhre. So, firstly, well, I'm about to say I could give you a lot of introductions with Rishi Rich from the Rishi Rich Project, formerly Jay Sean, global superstar around the world, multiple awards. In fact, dusted off right here is my album I got from you.
Oh, amazing.
In fact, me and my friends bunked school for you to sign it as well. So it was
oh, look at that, man.
It was worth the detention. And obviously, I'm repping the clothes you like used to wear during the Southall days as well.
Yeah. Wow.
So we go straight to that. Let's say we'll start with what Break the Noise Records. So the whole concept behind that, Rishi, if I'm right, was developing the passion and for undiscovered talent and emerging talent along with independent artists. This is literally the opposite of that, collaborating once again with Jay Sean. So I guess, how did this come about? Was people were praying and the prayers were answered, or where did this first come about?
Well, I think with the label, it's always been a case of working with new talent, which I've always done, from since I started my career, and obviously working with established artists and working with my brothers as well. I think it's always been, that's always had to be in a pipeline. We did Freak, 5 years ago, and that was on Jay's label. And we thought, with Nakhre, we did this actually last year, and the timing was right in the sense where, it's at a time right now where artists are very, we are holding on to our music, and it's a case of Jay's, he's got his own label, I've got my label, and the beautiful thing is, 20 years ago we met as two friends, we became friends, became brothers, and fast forward, we've both got labels, which we have we have access to put out our music, which we take full creative control of. So it was a situation where, my first point of call was, we did the song, but I didn't even think about the sample. We just did the song, and then lucky enough, the sample, once we got the sample cleared and everything like that, it was a no-brainer. Jay was like, look, you've got your setup, I've got my setup, let's do it, and we didn't think twice about it, we just went into it, and I'm so glad we did, because we're here now,
Oh, lovely. And Jay, I guess it's a case of, if you've got a call from Rishi on your phone, it's a case of, I know exactly what's going to happen, let's pick it up and let's talk.
Oh yeah, I mean, the way that the thing is, me, Rish, and Juggy, we've always maintained such a beautiful relationship from day dot. I mean, it's just like, I don't even call them friends, bro. They're like, literally, we're brothers. We've been through too much together. And so we always staying in touch, sending each other stupid stuff over WhatsApp and having jokes. And then, there'll be times where, say, I'll do a show in India, and I'll stop by Rish and maybe stay a night and hang out. But we never that's not enough time to do music. So I said to him, you know what, Rish, I'm just going to fly out to India and spend a week there with you. Let's do let's actually work and try to do something. Thing with me and Rish, we can't, I mean, we probably could if we tried, but it's just not the same. To write a song and to do something beautiful and magical, we have to be in the same room. We just have to, we vibe off each other. That's how we first started. Rish used to play the keys, and I used to stand next to him and freestyle melodies. And that's really, I think, Rish, that was your test to see if I was really like, what vibe was I on? Am I just a singer or am I a writer? And when we knew that we would vibe with each other so well, I'd predict where he was going on the keys, and I'd hit those melodies, and that's how we write songs together, man. So that's how Nakhre came about.
Oh, lovely. And so you said this was a process that kind of began way last year. Then I guess, was it halted, the production of this? And
it wasn't halted. You got to remember that a lot of people don't realize this, I guess. we write hundreds of songs. You know, I've written hundreds and thousands of songs in my life, but not every single one of them is going to see the light of day. Some of them I kind of get over. I'm like, I'm not really into it. I thought it was sick, but I'm not into it. I don't find myself wanting to listen to it. And so therefore, if I don't even want to listen to my own song, why would anybody else? But Nakhre was one of those that we just kept on coming back to. We never knew when we were going to put it out. We done it. And I said to Rish, maybe a couple months ago, I was like, bro, let's just go. Let's put this out. I don't care if it's lockdown. Let's go. And he was like, all right, bro, let's go. So we came together, both of our labels, and put this out. And we had to shoot the video during lockdown as well, which was nuts, you know. A lot of people aren't doing that. A lot of people aren't shooting videos. I mean, the fact that DJ Khaled and Drake had to get Justin Bieber to play him was so funny. You know, it's one of those things. We wanted to do it for the family and for the fans and for the culture, you know.
Lovely, good to hear. Before we get to the video, Rishi, we go back to the sample. How do you even find a sample like this from, let's say, Buzzy Girl from back in the day? Is it a case of you know these movies, or you just one night watching the movie? And are you a cool person to watch a movie with, or would you like stop, pause, and start and say, you know what, write this note down for next? I know there's a good track to it.
Yeah. No, yeah, I don't really watch movies. I don't watch movies with anyone. It's just, I watch it on my own. I'm pretty much a loner there, you know. But going to your question is more the case. Like both Jay and myself, you know, I love 90s Bollywood and R.D. Burman, you know, from the 80s, 90s, 2000s. I think that was my, time where I, was really exposed to a lot of Bollywood film music, the Ashikis, as well as Punjabi music and R&B and hip hop. So these songs are embedded in us, you know, like this is part of our growing up. So, you know, we sampled Dheere Dheere from Ashiki for Kya Kule Hum, you know. So we'd already sampled that anyway back when we did the song for Kya Kule Hum for Dil Mera. And so this was a case of when we got together in the studio, Jay was like, let's do that again, you know, let's take a sample which kind of is you know, about what we love, you know. So we actually sampled a few different records, and this was one of the tracks that came out. And you know, the good thing, I think, which I feel like it's not an obvious sample. It's not really something which is like, oh, okay, they've sampled actually Bazigar or Bazigar, the title song.
The main one, yeah.
You know, we've taken like number 4, which has got this, you know, and I can tell like people who really know about that song and that film soundtrack know about this, you know, this sample. So that was it. As soon as we heard it, and the fact that it's got flute in it, it's very signature to my sound, but yet it kind of does make you feel that actually, yeah, I've heard this before. This does sound very kind of, you know, that's got that kind of Bollywood vibe of it. And I think another thing which I didn't even speak about until I was actually I was actually exporting the stems today. You know, all the kind of tracks, and the track actually, the way the track and the beat marry together, it's very offbeat. So it just worked. You know, it was one of the things that it was just a great night in the studio in this room, going through listening to songs and plucking that sample out and not thinking about copyright at the time and who owns it, you know, just sample it. And Jay just did his magic, and here you go, you know. So it's a good thing. And I think it's very important to have that knowledge of how to sample a record. A lot of people can sample a record, but making it work in and out of a song and building a song around that, so it doesn't. If you notice with all my music, especially the music I've done with Jay, there's always one signature hook. There's a music piece that runs throughout, whether it was Dance With You, whether it was Stolen, whether it was Holding On. And to have a song that sits on top of that and it doesn't make your ears kind of feel like, actually, no, things are clashing, that's when you know that it's the synergy is right, you know?
That's good to hear. That's levels right there, if you ask me. And I like what you said about the whole... it doesn't have to be the first track, the title track. So even when I heard some of the teaser video releases and you heard the flute, I think I was cooking or something. As soon as I heard that, I was like, hang on a minute, I know that from somewhere. And it gives you a flood of memories coming back, and there's a whole new track. And then after listening to your track a couple of times today, I had to listen to the original Buzzkill track as well. And I'm probably going to watch it tonight as well. With my Jay, so I guess since you moved over to the US, you've built up a whole new fan base with your music and your record labels there and your amazing tracks there. Was this a chance to kind of show the people there where you were at the start from the Eyes on You days, and especially with a sprinkle of Punjabi in your lyrics and stuff? Was that a case of this is where I came from type thing?
No, nothing about this was thought about. It wasn't like there was no intention behind it. You know, it's not like we sat there and went, I need to do this because I need to prove this. And it was just, you know what it is, man? I write music on a vibe, bro. Like, I don't think about anything. I don't think I need a song like this or I need a song like that. Or, oh, it's been a long time since I've done this. I just write music, man. And like, you know, probably before this, I had probably done a dance record. You know, and before the dance record, I would have done a dancehall record. And before the dancehall, I probably wrote an R&B record. So I hop all over the place, and I actually love doing that. You know, one of the strengths of an artist and their longevity is being able to adapt and being able to go. Times have changed. Music has changed. The sound of music has changed. What am I going to do? Be in the dinosaur and go? No, I don't believe in this type of sound. I'm going to stop writing music, or my way or the highway. Nah, you just go, all right, let me see, what is this? Let me mess with this now. If you notice, the track has got reggaeton drums in it, but with a sprinkle of Afrobeat, and it's got an Indian sample, and it's got me singing pop R&B melodies and Punjabi hook. It's just so experimental. And by the way, got Calypso, it's got steel pans in it. And I'm like, what? Who would have thought to marry all that? But that's how we do music. So I did it because that's what came out.
No, yeah, it definitely works nicely. Could, like, I guess Punjabi vocals be a thing of the future? Like a couple more tracks on that? Could you see collaborations with other Punjabi artists or anything?
Yeah, again, you know, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. It's not something I think about. I didn't even know I was going to sing Punjabi on it. I just came out with that melody. I was singing R&B melodies throughout it. And then on the hook, for some reason, it wasn't like we need a Punjabi hook. I was just having fun. And I'm like, actually, that's a vibe. And then we like write some lyrics to it. So that's it. Me and Kieran sat down, wrote some lyrics to it, put it down. And then I guess next thing you know, I'm singing Punjabi on a record. That's it. It's beautiful. I love writing songs like that.
Oh, it's good to know. Well, you touched on it briefly, but then Rishi, the input with Kieran definitely helped with the female vocals. How did she come on board with that?
Well, Kieran's one of the partners in the record company. There's three of us, so you know she's out here in Mumbai as well, and she's I've loved the way she writes. You know, as a composer, and you know she's got that kind of ear to the street. You know, she worked at Universal Music as a head, you know, as an A&R, one of the first female A&Rs in India, female, because of her ear, you know, of music. So her school of thought was like. And she loves Punjabi. She knows about the whole kind of Punjabi vibe, and you know that's where she's come from. So, you know, she basically, it's kind of, we have that Missy Timbo kind of vibe, me and her.
Oh.
You know, we write songs for other people. We've written a lot of songs for people recently, for other artists, because we just have this vibe together in the studio where, you know, and I as a producer, I need that. I need someone who can, you know, I can do melodies and compose, but she's got that kind of flavor where she can, like someone like Jay, who can go from R&B to Hindi to Punjabi, you know, and, you know, she's young, you know, so it was a case of, in a lot of my projects I work on, I get her to kind of be in the room and contribute. And it was something I think for her was a real cool thing. And the fact that even Jay was like, you know what, I'm going to trust in her and get her vibing. I think it was great because at the end of the day, we're all like one big family anyway, you know, so and like Jay said, it works. If it didn't work, it wouldn't be on the record. And I think that's very important, you know, like we're not overthinking things too much. And it wasn't a case of, you know what, we have to go and get the best writer now in the world who's written million, you know, some amazing, it's like, no, this works. This just works, you know. It's kind of, that's always been my style. And I had this conversation with someone the other day, and they were, because I'm working on a song right now, and they were like, you know, we need to change the lyrics, you know, we need to, and I was like, you know what, I'm not that kind of, I openly put my hands up and say, I don't really, I don't dwell on lyrics. Like, it's got to touch me, yes, but it's got a vibe. I go, otherwise I wouldn't have had a hit like, I Just Want to Dance With You.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It would have been, I just want to caress you and feel your soul and your heartbeat. It's like, no, it was just working. Jay was like, this is the vibe. Yep, cool. Till today, people love that song. And it's, some songs require some amazing, lyrics I think should come from the heart, from the artist anyway. So yeah, it's just been a real, this track is, like Jay said, it was a complete, a multi-genre kind of track,
Definitely.
And it feels like it's connected with a lot of people. From what I can see, it's come at a time where people, I think, needed some good feel, some good vibes. It makes people smile, So yeah, I'm glad that the three of us were in that room that night and made this,
Oh, great to hear. Yeah, you absolutely hit the nail on the head there in terms of the timing or something like this. Going to the video itself, so obviously comparisons are being made now, Jay, for what's it called? The same type of vibe when you're walking down the streets in Southall Broadway compared to over in New Jersey. I hope I've said it right, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
I was too much surprised. Sorry.
Sounds a bit Irish to me, actually. I don't know.
Irish people here, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to talk to my agent. I can do Irish accents, apparently. Was that deliberate? What did that feel like? Was it like a chance to just reminisce about what it used to be, minus the 30p masala sweet corns you'd get on Southall Broadway?
Ooh, I miss those.
Still there. Was it a case of just reminiscing when you're making the video itself?
Well, the thing is this, right? So there's a lyric in the song which says, always have my eyes on you. And of course it was deliberate, that lyric. And it was meant to spark off nostalgia. And of course it did. So therefore, amazingly, that led to the idea of the music video being a nod to Eyes on You. And of course, all the fans picked up on it immediately. And what's really nice is, the same way that I wanted to put Southall on the map, on the mainstream level, and the pride that Indians felt, just South Asians felt, in London about raw man's in our ends, like showing our place to the whole world. Like, it's not a music set. He's just down the street, rags, singing into the camera, and they loved that. And 15 years later, or 16 years later, I did the same thing, but this time in America, in their version of Southall. So now all the American fans are going, like, so many tweets. They're like, I can't believe Jay Sean was walking down Oak Tree Road in Edison, New Jersey. Oh my God, that's our hood. That's how he put us on the map. Like, the pride they're feeling now is the same as Londoners were feeling back then. So it's really nice that we did that. I actually had a beautiful text message from one of I'm doing this, there's that big scene, the scene with the huge India grocers behind me, which we thought was a really dope, iconic background because it had the colors of the Indian flag and whatever, wicked background. And they sent me a message, a DM, and said, thank you so much for putting our store in your video. We've been going through hard times during coronavirus, and that meant the world to us. And I just thought, what a lovely thing that forever now, that will be there for them. And now it's a part of their life, their journey, their history. And those kind of things make us happy, man. That's what me and Rish do this for. If you have a lasting impression on somebody like that, even the Eyes on You video, man, all our friends are in it, bro. It's shot in Juggy D's back garden, and all my mates are in it. My brother's in it, my mum and dad are in it, my Bubba's in it. So those kind of moments are beautiful.
Oh, lovely. That's good. No, yeah, you can definitely see the connections made in the songs. The video itself, as you switch to cartoon mode, that done in many recent videos, was that always going to be a deliberate thing, or was that literally due to circumstances?
It was a deliberate thing. Rishi actually had used the same animator for a video of his earlier, and I said to him, wow, that animator is really good. So Rishi was like, why don't we do your video animated? And, so we ended up doing a mix of both worlds. And I don't think our scene has ever seen anything like that. Yeah, it's just fun, man. We're just having fun, right? That's it.
For some reason, complete curveball. It gave me memories of when I first saw Tupac, Do For Love, that video. It turns into a cartoon. And then I was thinking, oh, you know what? This is where videos are really cool when it turns into that. Especially like the throwbacks to obviously the 90s Bollywood movies, how you were dressed up as the different Shah Rukh characters and whatnot. Although there was one thing which I think a meme that went viral recently is the one where you got the typical Kajol trying to catch Shah Rukh's hand on the train. If you watch the original clip, there's a guy on the train with his hand out as well, trying to grab her hand. You could have added that poor guy into your video as well, because she didn't grab his hand in the movies.
I never knew that. It's funny.
Yeah, nor did I.
There's a screen grab, have a look, and he just poor little guy just put his hand out as well, and then Shah Rukh just completely overshadows him.
Brilliant.
And then, well, I guess I think we've got a couple of minutes left, but despite being a cartoon, obviously it helps Jay with all the Bollywood throwbacks. Could that be I say another avenue, but in the old B-Town appearances, perhaps?
No, probably not appearances.
No.
I wouldn't. I think musically, 100%. I want to do stuff in Bollywood. But as for being like the hero in the movie, that's not me, bro. My Punjabi's not even that good. I have to be one of those guys like the NRIs, and they'd have to shoot it here and then maybe. But musically for sure. And then
when we last spoke, Rishi, back in about June, you said that like you've got more like a Bollywood production on the cards. That's still coming, I guess, slowly coming back to some sort of normality since we last.
Yeah. Things are picking up now. Yeah, before lockdown, I was working on some big films. So I've been working on some films, and then that got put on hold. But from yesterday, cinemas are opening up. People are starting to go back to shooting. So I'm going to move back on to working on those some really exciting projects. I think after Gully Boy, these next projects are really, really cool. So yeah, doing that. Then we've got another single, which is a Rishi Rich project single with Juggy as well. So, we're really excited about that. And some really just good music, man. Some cool music. So music that we are going to be really proud about kind of, putting out in the world, like what's happened with Nakhre,
That was going to be one of my final questions. The plans to get the Holy Trinity back together with Juggy D's on the cards as well?
Yeah, it's already happened. It's already recorded.
Oh, lovely. The only bad thing I've got to say is he's a Liverpool fan, unfortunately, but I won't say it to his face.
Yeah, you don't want to say that.
I'll see his tattoos, so.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, well, we've got about 5 more questions. They're going to be quick fire, and then we'll close the interview. So I'll ask you each this question. And the first one, I'll go to Jay. Current favourite song, English or other, that has nothing to do with you?
I would say probably 25 in Barcelona by JP Sachs.
Oh, nice. Okay. Rishi?
Currently, it's actually my ringtone is Ego Death with Skrillex and Kanye West. I love that. It's kind of mental. It reminds me of like 80s house music in London. Nice. It's got that kind of vibe.
Oh, so those are the days. Current TV, I don't know if I should ask Rishi this because Rishi already said he doesn't really watch much TV or movies. But Jay, current TV or movie binge watch that you would recommend?
I know what Rishi's going to say. He's gone back old school. I think I just finished watching Ozark, which was really good, the whole season. Big Little Lies was really good TV shows. And if you haven't seen You on Netflix, that's amazing too.
Yeah, that's a freaky one, that is.
I've been watching. I like to watch old stuff and new stuff. So I've been watching. What was I watching? The Perfect Crime, Arrow. I like things like Arrow. The new season of Arrow. House of Cards is probably one of my favorites. I rewatched that. X-Files. I've gone back to watching X-Files.
Yeah.
There's some really cool stuff coming out of India on Amazon Prime. The new Abhishek Bachchan, Breathe. That's amazing. If you haven't seen that, that's amazing because it's I love crime stuff, and Abhishek just killed that. And there's some great stuff. So I've been watching stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
Definitely. That's nice. And then finally, I guess Jay, for the new generation of kids out there, can we please go back to this hairstyle? Because I used to have the rat tail highlight where you shave on the sides, and I think that could fit today's day and age. I think.
Well, I've got the spiky hair on top now, but I don't have the mullet. That mullet had to go, mate. That had to go.
That was our rite of passage back in the day. I think. Well, I think we need to bring that back.
So funny. I remember every Asian boy had that, man. It was so funny. It was the Jay Sean cut.
Yeah.
I should have brought out like a hairdryer or something.
That's what we told the barbers, and then I was using my hair straighteners more than like the girls I knew. So.
That's so funny.
Well, chaps, it's been lovely to speak to you. Rishi's been lovely to speak to you again.
Thank you, man.
Your words about the song to the viewers out there?
No words. Just thank you so much for the support. You know, we're still only we're not in 48 hours in.
Right.
You know, so it's crazy. It feels like it's been out for a little while. You know, the support has been amazing. You know, from fans, from artists, from people in the industry, people like you guys, the media. Everyone has really gotten behind me. It really has reminded me of how when we did Dance With You. It's given me that same heartwarming support, and just really, really happy about that, and can't wait to put out more music by myself and Jay and Juggy and just good vibes, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Just thank you to everybody. What's mad is this is crossing 2 different generations now. It's hitting our old school fan base, who are now probably got kids, which is insane. And I had one tweet from this girl. She said, "I've been your fan since I was I can't remember, 20 or something." And now she's got a 15-year-old girl who's also my fan. So mother and daughter listening to my music together is just amazing. So thank you, man. Thank you to everybody. You know, we are only here because of you. So thank you.
Yeah, great to hear. All you need now is those masala sweet corns from the Broadway.
That's it, mate. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. This was great, and I'm sure we'll catch up soon. All the best as well.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man. Take care.